It's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. During the next 2 hours, our experts will help you with your gardening questions when you call 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. Or come by Milberger's during the show and have your question answered in person. And now it's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Good afternoon. Welcome, everybody, to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Alex Escobar with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson. It's a bright, beautiful, sunny Sunday and Father's Day. So happy Father's Day out there to everybody listening. And happy Father's Day to everybody here at Milberger's.
We're live. We're live at Milberger's.
We are live at Milberger's today.
Okay.
Back live to our regular schedule from here on out until we hear.
Knock wood there,
knock on
sir.
wood.
Now, what did you determine on the phone?
As of right now, we're just leaving it up. Maybe the phones are up, maybe the phones are down, but do try and call 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867 is the number.
Sounds good. All right, I was just noticing that we got some blue dwarf porterweed here. Only about 10 plants, but
Wow.
We'll
We've been hoping for them most of the spring and early summer.
yeah, but there's about 40 or 50 tropical milkweeds there. So and they're all in bloom. They look good. So that's available. Now the queen butterflies.
Never mind.
The queen butterflies have started to show up in the neighborhoods. So if you've got milkweed out there, you can expect them to start breeding, laying their eggs pretty soon. And then of course, the fritillaries and the sulfurs and the whites are all in action now. We haven't seen as many as I expected here at the Milberger's Certified Butterfly Garden. I was talking to Mary, who manages the garden, and she says, yeah, there hasn't been much action yet, but with this warm weather and the sun, I guess part of it will be this sunny period.
Yes.
There is definitely enough blooms here to
Yes,
keep
there
them
are.
happy.
Even the tropical tropical milkweed are blooming up a storm here right in front of us, as well as one of my favorites, rock rose. Yeah, a lot of people forget about rock rose, but it's a great perennial. Sun or shade, they like sun, but it'll tolerate a little shade.
You generally don't describe it as being disciplined, but
No.
It reminds me a little bit of the same kind of performance as the blue. Oh, gosh.
Blue Mistflower?
Yeah, not the Miss. Well, that one
that
too,
one too?
Miss
Okay.
Flower.
Yeah.
But how about our blue Pumbago?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's kind of like that. Although the blue Pumbago is a little, what do you call it? Irregular.
yeah, and
Not as orderly.
It'll take up whatever space you allow it, and it prospers in the sun or partial shade. And, of course, it's the plants here at Milberger's are blooming up a storm right now. And there are some of the whites there, too, still looking good. So they're available. You know, I got a... let's see, we've with the doing the pre-recorded shows on the Saturdays, we've got we didn't get quite as many responses as we usually do, but we have accumulated some. We got some positive emails from listeners and readers of my articles for the berry articles that we talked about. That was kind of interesting. I didn't expect them to get that kind of response.
Yeah, that topic usually doesn't generate a whole lot of responses. So, well, tell us what they were.
Well, the one that I liked the best was from Austin, and they, we kind of forget sometimes that our article shows up in the Austin American-Statesman, but this gardener said he and his wife appreciate the article showing up there every week, and especially this article. They must be bird watchers, have fellow bird watchers like us. But we, Mark and I were a little. Not every plant that we described in the article or the reaction to how to manage it was entirely positive. Some of them, hackberry produces a lot of berries, wonderful berries, and probably more berries than any of the other bird supplying plants. But it also supplies lots of unwanted seedlings. And so the management there is pretty tough. Even mulberry is kind of in that league. But, of course, the mulberry has less of a challenge than the hackberry. You know what else is blooming up storm? And the berries are Brazil, Mark.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
And you did mention that in the side column, sidebar column, because I noticed right away it was missing, and I love that Brazil or Coma, not Coma, but Condalia.
You know, we did describe it in some more detail in a previous article.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we talked about it at length. So
yeah.
But that's a great one. That's a restrained, small. It does have thorns on it.
I'll say.
But not big. But
look at my arms.
Okay. Well, I find them a little small but intrusive. And that's a good thing for the birds. I think you mentioned that.
Well, it surprises me. I guess it must be the rainfall that the bear. I've got quite a few Brazils in my landscape, and the berries are quite large for you. Usually they're not as big as these are.
I usually think of them like little peas, but
these are more like a bean size. But and they're quite orange. Our Anaqua is still producing some berries.
Speaking of orange, yeah,
and it's going strong. But this rain has really helped a lot of that production. I noticed that the Ligustrum, which is one of the less than popular plants, but produces a lot of berries.
It's not high on my list. Let's just say.
Yeah, but it'll be those will be ripening later. But it's one of my favorites. Well, I take this back. I've reduced the numbers in my landscape quite a bit because they'll take over the whole landscape. But there's nothing more exciting and fun if you're a bird watcher to watch those cedar waxwings come in, the flocks of cedar waxwings, and feed on those ligustrum berries. They fly in mass and they land, and they're just full of action and squawking, and then they'll fly away and go to the bird baths and go back. Now that I was thinking that I generally think of everything they do as positive, but my wife Judy did not think of them as positive. She thought that there was a conspiracy for them to not only eat the ligustrum, visit the bird baths, and then go poop on her car. And they not only do that in mass. Not only do the bird bath and the berries en masse, but they seem to do the pooping en masse too. And
I find them targeting your vehicle.
Yeah.
Yes. They're not doing it anywhere else.
Yeah.
They're just on the target, on the vehicle.
And I'm not sure. Right? I mean, it can't be true, but my imagination. But it seemed like every time we took that car to the car wash, they found a way to. It was either too busy or closed. They didn't want to have to deal with all those cedar waxwing poops either. So, but now that article did stimulate a lot of reaction from both readers in San Antonio and in Austin, and then we got some. Hopefully, we'll get some calls on the readers on the responders too, because we did talk about it quite a bit yesterday on the pre-recorded show. Now, Mark, we got a.
I was going to say, on the other hand, what kind of other phone calls or contact?
We have developed quite a close relationship with Monica Mechel. You knew her from
I knew
quite
her
a long time.
Yeah.
But I just met her recently, and I've liked. She's written 2 books that I've really liked, and we talked about them here on the show, and we've interviewed her at least once,
a
couple times, yeah. And it was interesting. She did not like the response that we had. We had some readers and folks that listened to the show and were interested in the plants that are out there in the landscape. Mm-hmm. They reacted negatively to Jimson weed and asked us to talk about that a little bit and how to manage it. And in our article, we were not very positive about it. It is a potent chemical. Now, Mark and I, towards our credit, we did mention that most pets and livestock and people are careful and not, if they taste something that has a potent chemistry like that, it makes you sick. That they don't eat enough of it to get sick for very long. But that is Jimson weed is something that you don't want to consume, and Monica admitted that in her book. But she loves the looks of it, and also the history of Jimson weed. It's been used for populations and gardeners for centuries for various uses. Generally, they've looked on it as has some potential for medical.
Yeah, I was going to say for medicinal purposes when used appropriately.
But Monica, in her book, The Plants with a Purpose,
there you go.
She does admit that, in fact, in her chapter on the Jimson weed, she has two sections where she says caution, and at the last she has a second caution, and does admit that people have died from consuming that. Despite all that history and the potential medicinal value that it's had, that it's not unusual for people to die through history because of the Jimson weed. But anyway, in our dealing with that Jimson weed as a controlling, and I think it was probably on our May 30th article, we talked about controlling weeds, and we mentioned Jimson weed, and we brought up a couple of ways to do it. It's hard to control. It drops a lot of seed. It has a deep root system. So if once it gets over a foot tall, you got to dig that root system up. Or one of the options that I suggested was that you prune it at ground level, and then you apply our
Triclopyr,
Yeah.
some form of that's available.
Yeah. Well, Monica did not appreciate that. She expressed her feelings that the as an attractive native plant with a long history, an interesting history that we shouldn't have just described the ways to control it and kill it.
Mm-hmm.
We should have used a
Promoted
little
more positive and promote it.
Options.
Yeah.
And so,
and she does a good job in her book. Again, what was the name of that book?
It's Plants with Purpose, 25 Ecosystem Multitaskers.
Yeah, so these are plants that are not only attractive, but they have some kind of food or medicinal purpose or some other purpose in that. And usually she's selected ones that have multiple purposes for the landscape.
Yeah, and she's certainly partial to native plants.
Mm-hmm.
And when we analyzed the book or described the book, we didn't agree with her on all. We had a little problem recognizing the value of some of the plants that she saw real value there, but it was really interesting. A lot of them were interesting.
Yeah.
And really, she does a good job of relating a lot of these plants to butterflies, especially monarch butterflies. So I just wanted to bring that up. But Mark, you have any other comments about?
No. There were some plants that I strongly agreed with her, and other plants maybe a little bit, and a couple of plants I didn't even know. So they were new to me. So again, it's a great plant. A great plant. A great book. Hey, Alex, who's that by? Is that Trinity Press or
What's that?
Inside? Look who published it. Next page. Who did somebody publish? Who published it?
Gideon Ligustrum Nature and Environment series.
Yeah. So your local bookstores will have it. And you know what? What day is it today? Father's Day.
It is Father's Day.
This is a good book,
good book.
For Dad. It's a nice, easy read. It's a page turner.
Fun. It's fun reading. And if you got any interest in butterflies, or if you got any interest, you got a lot of interest in native plants, and in some of the interesting plants that we don't always give a lot of attention to.
Right.
This book does a great job.
Right.
I enjoyed it a lot too. In fact, I liked this book.
Yeah, I
my
liked
initial
it
reading
the other one.
better than, then I went back to the first one. That she wrote about the monarch migrations, and I appreciated that much better after reading this. So that's a good. Both of her books are worth reading, especially if you have interest in butterflies.
And they're both available pretty much everywhere.
I want to say a quality but local bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
So Twig. I'm sure that the Barnes & Noble can get it for you. But
she usually lets us know when she's doing a book.
with a signing.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounds like a really great gift for Father's Day, and plenty of other gifts that we can talk about after this break.
That's a segue.
Absolutely.
See? I'm doing it for you.
All right. Well, hopefully the lines are working. 210-308-8867. Give us a call. We'll be right back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867, or if you're walking around Milberger's right now, coming up to the patio, we'd love to hear from you. Answer any questions.
Please come to the patio.
Yes.
Got an email from gardener Bart. A lot of you know him as a gardener
the container guy.
Yeah, and Mark did a feature on his garden a couple of years ago, I think.
Yeah.
But Bart reminds us too that the datura, or the Jims, also called the Jimson weed.
That's a big family, and Jimson weed is part of that.
Yeah, and that it's a favorite nectar source for some of the moths, hawk moths, and some of those moths that are sphinx.
Yeah.
And Monica does a good job of describing that relationship and its value as a nectar source to those attractive moths in her book, Plants with Purpose, 25 Ecosystem Multitaskers. Now, Mark, when the article this Saturday, we talked about it yesterday in the pre-recorded show. You did a good job of describing the difference between some of the Ligustrums.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's at least one of the Ligustrum species, I think they're species, yeah, or maybe it's the variety, but I think it's a species.
I think it's two species.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm almost sure of it. There's actually three for us in this general area. One's also called, has a species name, Sinise. A little bit more of a problem further east, but it's sometimes called privet. But the ones that usually are a problem for us are a waxleaf ligustrum and Japanese ligustrum. Now, I don't have so much a problem with the waxleaf. It tends to be more restrained, more shrub-like, although I have a really big one in the backyard down in Carolina. It's one of the biggest ones I've ever seen. And that means about 18 feet. You could see the waxleaf a lot in the form of hedges. In fact, if you're at San Antonio Country Club over there on New Braunfels, that you can see it. They're using it as a hedge along there, and they trim it up properly. Japanese, on the other hand, well, let me finish off with waxleaf. Waxleaf is a short leaf, 3 inches long, and the fruit is kind of in a tight cluster. Whereas Japanese ligustrum, has a long leaf, maybe 4 to 5 inches long, maybe even 6, and the fruit, they grow very tall, very, very tall.
Oh, I'll say.
And the fruit is more like a grape raceme type thing, kind of hanging down. And both of them are dark blue, purple, or dark blue to purple berries on it.
Now, do both of them create those unwanted seedlings?
Generally, what I have found is the Japanese do it worse than the waxleaf. I rarely, if ever, see waxleaf spreading out.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Hi.
We have a guest coming up. Yes, sir. We talked.
Yeah, come on.
One of them.
Come on, we can't hear you without speaking to the microphone.
Tell us what you
There
got.
you go, sir.
Okay, I had a plant. I don't know what it is, and that's partly why I'm coming here. But it was probably about 3 foot tall, and it had beautiful blue blooms on it.
Salvia. One of the salvias.
Yeah.
How tall did it get? 3
This one's
feet?
probably this tall.
Oh, that big.
It could be either Mystic or Mealy Blue. I think it's Mealy Blue sage. But it could be Mystic Spires.
You recognize her?
No, that's why Calvin was asking about. If it's about 3 feet, it's Mystic. If it's 4 feet, it's going to be Indigo.
Okay.
Do you
So,
have Mystic here, do you know?
yeah.
Yeah, we do. Ask
they're-
that beautiful young lady around the corner. Oh,
She's
okay.
Okay,
We will have them. How about that?
Mystic Spire, huh?
Yeah, well, good. They're a good choice. The pollinators love them. They're very attractive. They're pretty disciplined for salvias, for the blue salvias.
Mm-hmm.
But so
This was the prettiest flower I had in my planter. And
you know what you can do if we'll have enough of them that you can just keep track of it and you come and get them. But you can also, we got a kind of a phone service. You can leave your phone number, and then they'll call you when they show up, and that doesn't lock you into buying them, but it does give you an opportunity, and they'll put them aside if you want them.
Yeah, that's great. That's better than stopping by all the time. Come and go.
Yeah, and that works. Now, I used to just kind of ignore that process, but gosh, so many gardeners take advantage of it, and it works so well that I think it's worthwhile. And the fact, they're very conscientious. When the plants come in, they call you, and you get a priority before they put them out here for the general customers. They call everybody and give you a chance.
Yeah, that's a great idea. But my neighbor has one of these, and I really love it.
Is it? It's another salvia.
Yeah, it's another salvia. I happen to think that's probably tropical or scarlet.
I think
starts with coccinia.
Coccinia.
Yeah.
I thought he called it a fire or something, but that's not right.
Well, it could be a variety of that, a selection. What the salvia coccinia is the scientific name.
Okay, maybe you can help me out. Everything seems to be a salvia.
Oh, there's lots of
salvia. Well, I know 25 that you could grow in San Antonio.
Is that like a type, like a succulent and everything else?
Yeah, no, the neat thing about these salvia coccinia, the red bloom is very attractive.
And it grows.
And it blooms over the whole summer season into the fall.
And it's really bright.
And it's shade tolerant.
Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
Yes, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
If you hold the stem and you see it square, the stem is square on the bottom, or square-like.
Okay, the stem.
Yeah, all the salvias are square stems. So if you have a problem and you don't know what it is, it's going to be a mint or salvia.
Okay.
And
so if it's a salvia, what's that tell me?
Sorry?
If it's a salvia, what do I need to do, or what's it tell me?
Yeah, it tells you it's going to be a perennial.
Okay.
It's going to die back to a certain extent. Some of them more die back more, some of them less during the winter, and then they'll come back. Okay. And then it's your choice on how well you want to clean the landscape. We like to leave a little bit of seed for the seeds for wildlife and what have you. And so we don't recommend doing it until the third week of February. But some people like to have a nice manicured, and in December or January 1st, they're out there. King's Day, they're out there and making sure everything's cut down.
Well, this one is very full. It just keeps growing out.
Yeah.
So he wants to save his seeds.
Right. So my guess, it may not be that particular salvia species, but it's probably close and probably a variety of that, or a selection.
Okay.
That they're selling.
Yeah. Now, if it's in the shade, it's probably a coccinia for sure. But whichever one it is, it's I think it must be.
His is in the sun most of the day.
Yeah.
Is it in your landscape?
In my neighbor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's why I say it was so full. That's why I'm hedging my bets.
Okay. So if it's
but you are absolutely right. Everything seems to be a salvia. Well, there is a reason why it's pretty
and the deer don't eat them.
Yeah, that's another great thing. Deer don't eat salvia.
But the hummingbirds love them, and so do the butterflies.
Yeah, a lot of butterflies around this.
Yeah. Yeah. So good choices, and consider that phone service and see how you like that, especially on the Mystic Spires. Yeah. But I would do it on the We don't know.
Here's my last thing.
Coccinia here?
If you want to come by and try to find some salvias, they're generally around that tree and then around the side here.
Yeah.
So
There may be some of the red salvias.
Yeah, I was going to say that. So I'm going to say, after you leave us, just take a walk around the corner here and see if there's anything that you see.
Okay.
All right.
So there really is a system where you put these plants?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Wait a minute. Yes, there is a system. I'm winking. Yeah,
Okay.
so they're generally around that tree and that last row, this back row, and then around the corner.
Great. Well, thanks very much for your help.
All right.
Helix?
No, Mystic
Mystic?
Salvia.
Mystic
Mystic
Salvia.
Spires, I'm sorry.
Mystic, Connecticut.
And
Okay.
that's the blue one.
There
That's
you
the
go.
blue one.
There you go. Absolutely. Mystic, Connecticut.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Or the movies. Mystic Pizza. There you go.
Mystic Pizza, good movie. Thank you, sir. But yes, that phone number for Milberger's to call or get signed up to see if you're waiting on a specific plant. That number for Milberger's is 210-497-3760. And as Calvin has said, that doesn't lock you into buying that. It just lets you know that they are available.
Yeah. And it works very well. And because we see it quite often, the gardener well, just like him, that's come and said, hey, when's this going to be in? And,
And the staff said, we don't
maybe,
have it right
maybe
now.
next week, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then they get the call, and we see them come back and pick up the plants that they want.
Yep. And like the gentleman said, it saves a drive, especially if you live a little far.
The person in that chair before you was a frequent user of that system.
What was his name?
I don't know. I think it was Milton.
I think it's been about 6 months, so I think it started.
Yeah.
And he's a character on a board game. I can't remember. Or maybe it was a board game company. I just remember the board game.
Interesting.
Yeah, but Mark's right. Milton really utilized that phone service and swore by it. So it's a great service and lets you get access.
Oh, he found it.
Oh, cool.
There we go.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
You don't get 10% of the cut, do you?
No. I wish.
All right. Well, thanks very much.
Thank you, sir. He found him.
What would the Mystic Spires be?
Mystic Spires.
Mystic Spires. All right.
I knew we had one. Or I thought we did.
Well, usually we have about 5 out of the 10.
So usually
Species.
in that location, right around the porch, this is where they keep a lot of the salvias.
And the salvias are easy breeding, too, obviously, because we see new selections, unbelievably attractive selections and dependable selections almost every year. And they're great. All right, that was kind of fun.
Well, yeah. Speaking of Father's Day and gifts,
Yes.
you want to go through some of the sales stuff, or do you want me just to talk about some of the tools and hats that are available?
Well, we can talk
the
about
hats
that.
are on
But
sale.
yes, hats are on sale. All hats, actually. They are going for
It was a
off?
shot at the dart. I forgot it.
10% off.
Yeah.
And then I was here.
It's been 4 days since
It is.
I talked about that.
I was here yesterday, and there's still a good selection of hats available, but there's also a lot of sales going on. So we'll go through a little bit before we go to a quick break. We have Vinca Core Series, the periwinkles, in a 4-inch pot, regularly $179, on sale $8 for $12. This is a Texas Superstar, disease and deer resistant. We have Star Jasmine. Values to $34.99, on sale $28.88 or 2 for $50. One that really caught my eye and my girlfriend's eye. I brought her yesterday. That Echinacea coneflower.
Yep.
Regularly $9.99 and a number 1, on sale $7.88. They have.
See, they're in the shade. They have in shade, but they're really a full sun in your landscape. So, come to the store and make a right towards the shrubs and the.
They're perennial, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Are they? How dependable are they, Mark? Do they come back every year, or is it?
I'm going to give a qualified yes on that. They may be one of those perennials that are good for 3 years and then
They
kind of dissipate.
Our favorite nectar source for almost in the same league as zinnias.
And those
For butterflies.
they are probably in Monica's book because they're there for nectar, for seeds, and for medicinal purposes. For all those who know it, coneflower or echinacea is a home style cold cold preventative or sore throat. I forget one of those nasal things. I don't know, but they're very pretty, and butterflies love them. I think bees do too. So maybe hummingbirds. No, not so much hummingbirds.
Well, it surprises me that hummingbirds, I don't grow a lot of coneflowers, but hummingbirds do visit the zinnias.
Yeah, I know.
And it seems like the coneflowers would be also be. Do you have a question? Oh.
Yes, we're here.
Yes.
Now, hopefully we won't haunt your dreams anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
Well, he
has a
haunts
question?
my dream, yeah.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back with Milberger's Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Give us a call at 210-308-8867. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Or if you're walking around Milberger's, if you have any questions, we're here on the patio. We'll be here all day until 2 o'clock.
Yes, please come by. Your questions are great, but it also makes the time fly.
Yes.
The phone calls, hopefully the phone calls are getting through. And, I spent half a day yesterday, it seems like, harvesting vegetables. I'm wondering if all the gardeners are kind of, all the tomatoes seem to be in their full harvest mode. And that's expected. We expect to finish the harvest of our spring tomatoes by the end of June, maybe at least by the first week in July, and then we pull the plants and we replant for the fall about the 1st of August, or it depends on Mark is a second week, or is it?
I'm a second week in August person.
Yeah, and I last year I recommended that we do it in the 3rd week of July. But the idea is to get those varieties in place so that they can produce a new crop before the cold weather gets here. We're beating the hot weather now with these crop. And let's see, the ones yesterday, Tycoon, Red Snapper, our pole big, and Celebrity were among those that I picked. And then, of course, a ton of the Ruby Crush and the BHN 968s there. Now, I had another gardener that was harvesting tomatoes. She stated that, of course, she really likes the Tycoons and the Celebrities, but she said the pole bags were not her favorite. She said it reminded her that they have a little thicker skin. What is the Italian tomato that we use in wrestling?
Here's the one I like. I like the calamari. Not calamari. Something like that. Folks have calamari is squid, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You're making me hungry, though. Some oysters would even be good.
A little fried. No, it's something. I always forget what it is. But yeah, that, and then there's another couple of different Roma type things. That shape, kind of oval.
Yeah, that's when I can't think of a name. Maybe a gardener there can help us. They usually ripen really quickly, and they're used a lot in cooking, especially in Italian food. But that gardener who had planted Polbig in response to it being a tomato selected for this spring growth, that it was similar to that, and she didn't care for it because of the skin was thicker. Mm-hmm. So that's one reason, and that's a good reason to pick one of the other selections for your favorite. And then let's see. The Mexican squash. I've been.
Yeah, did you get some of that?
Oh gosh, yeah, and that produces in fast, and it'll take over the whole garden though. I mean, that sends that plant off, like 30 feet, and then every 10 feet there'll be a squash. It will get to be volleyball size, and a lot of gardeners will use that for their, even when they're that large, use it for the recipes.
Yeah.
And it replaces summer squash because it is not susceptible to the summer squash, the vine borer.
Although I've learned over the years, it is highly less or more resistant. I'm not going to say what the squash vine borer is not going to attack it. I'm going to say chances are it will not attack it.
And I gave
I hedged myself to protect myself.
I had some production of the squash, and it was softball size. And
I think that's the best size.
Well, the gardener that I offered it to, she thought that she liked it better when it was baseball size.
Oh, okay.
I've heard that before too,
Yeah.
but even a volleyball size seems to be relatively high quality, and you can use it in a lot of recipes. You know what I liked? What I really liked that I've been harvesting is Oscar okra.
Yeah.
And I the only thing I used it for was in a dish with that I boiled them with beets and 10-15 onions and a few peppers, and gosh, that was good. But the okra was I love the beets, but the okra addition really was tasty too. And another thing that I should have done, I'll be able to use these the seeds that the pods that I let get extra large. I'll be able to use them as a seed source for Oscar okra. But you want to keep your pods harvested so that they keep producing more. If you let them get big, they'll concentrate on filling out and producing the seed. And my Oscar okra, I remember when one of the varieties I had a few years ago, I had to use a ladder to get up to the top. Wow. The Oscar okra is only about 4 feet tall, and really pretty productive.
Well, that's a good segue to what everyone should be planting in their garden, or what you can be planting in the summer. And okra is number one. Eggplant is another. Peppers, certainly.
Oh, I got a tub full of peppers.
And southern peas. And then this last one is something kind of new. Malabar spinach. And we had a flat of it. I didn't check before the show started whether we still have a flat of it. But Malabar spinach is something that you should have in the garden. Just try it out. Some folks swear by it. It's kind of a more juicy spinach, if you want to say it, but it works very, very well. Anything you want or that you use for spinach, you can use Malabar spinach. It's not a true spinach; it's something else.
Yeah, but it does very well in recipes, the same kind of recipes that spinach does. So, yeah, it's great. So the vegetable garden has produced cucumbers too.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's another one. Thank you.
I let the cucumbers get quite large, and they're still good, but I could have harvested them before they got to be 1 foot tall, 1 foot long.
By the way, there were several folks on Carolina Street. Thank you for your cucumbers earlier this month.
And it surprises me that cucumbers, it turns out, are pretty nutritious. You think of them as water and little crust.
Water.
Yeah. But Mark, I don't remember when it was. Mark was describing the cucumbers in English.
English prose?
And tea, the tea sandwiches.
Yeah, tea sandwiches. Frequently used on cucumber, and then other little bits of jam and little bits of other things, cheese. But they're very, very good to assuage dehydration on days which you may reach 110. That never happens, does it? No.
Not since yesterday.
And the day before.
So, gosh.
but yeah, mix up a little or cut up some cucumber and in water and let it sit for a little bit, and then you drink it. And then you can drink or eat the cucumbers too. Then.
Mm-hmm. Now, one of the questions I had is, are any of the greens still producing? The spinach quit producing quite a while ago. Malabar, if you got it, that's good. But some of the greens, if you've taken care of them, I was noticing with mine that the cabbage loopers have about wiped them out. Let's see, what varieties do we have still there? The kale and
kale's probably the one the most resistant.
Yeah.
Well, you could see why. Caterpillar has choice. Just like humans, would you want to eat kale? Seriously, unless you have to. Same thing.
So, yeah, if you, but you might be time to pull the greens out too, because we'll be planting. Let's see. I guess we won't be planting until September, the fall crop, but won't be long. And the other thing on the tomatoes.
Okay.
One of the reasons we pull those tomato plants at the pretty soon in early July is that's when they start getting infested with spider mites, and so we want to harvest all the fruit we can, but get the plants pulled when or before the spider mites get on there. And if they do have spider mites, you probably want to put them in a garbage sack and send them off to the dump rather than put them in your compost pile, especially if the compost pile is close to your vegetable garden. But if you pull those plants, and including the greens, then you could put those in the compost pile.
All right. Well, we got another hour in our show for Father's Day. We'd love to hear from you. Give us a call, 210-308-8867. Be right back with Milberger's Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
We're back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. Come out to visit or call us at 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. And now back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 930 AM The Answer.
Welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 930 AM The Answer. Alex Escobar with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson. We're here at Milberger's for another hour. It is Father's Day, so definitely come on by. We have some great sales, great items for the fathers, grandparents.
What Mark was going to... We talked a little bit about hats, but Mark was going to talk about some tools.
Oh, yes.
Which would make a good Father's Day present.
So I was in the tool room of Milberger's, if you will, and I was surprised at how many different types of rakes and shovels, and I know most fathers don't want to hear this, but some fathers want it, and pruning tools, very nice hand pruners, and then also loppers, which I consider always very important. Mm-hmm. Taking care of tree limbs and shrub bushes and what have you. And then, most important, gloves. You can't go wrong with providing Dad or Grandpa a pair of gloves. And we have a whole host of different models and rubberized ones, leather ones, cloth ones. So a nice pair of gloves goes a long way.
Well, and with all the rain we've had, your landscape may be just like mine. There's a few weeds out there.
Oh, there's.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
And it helps. I was just looking at my torn apart fingernails here from wading. It really helps if you have you want the gloves that are not, you're not like winter gloves,
no.
but you want them that protect your fingers and let you. Sometimes you run into plants that have thorns, and a lot of times you do get your fingernails kind of chewed apart. But it makes a big difference if you got a good pair of gloves, light but protective. And then also one of the essentials when we talked about protecting yourself from Jimson weed, one of the essentials that when you're dealing with it is to have gloves, a good pair of gloves that seals your hands and other skin from coming in contact with the chemicals in the Jimson weed. You know, another thing we should, Mark, we can go back to the tools in a minute, but another thing on the Jimson weed that we mentioned, one option, if it's a foot or so taller, you got to do some serious digging to get those roots out. But an easier route is, even with the Jimson weed, I think as far as I know, it works well. You cut it with one of those tools you talked about, pruning shears. Cut it at the soil level, and then apply our product with the triclopyr and stump and vine killer.
Yeah,
and it's an amazing little product. We got it here at Milberger's, and most nurseries have it. And what it does, you apply that to the fresh cut, and that active ingredient translocates into the root system and kills the bottom. That really makes that task of trying to control plants that you don't want in the landscape. You know, they don't have to be chemically potent like Jimson weed, but even things like the unwanted hackberries and Ligustrums, when you cut those, you apply that product. Now, in the old days, most of these stump and vine killer did had a little brush.
Well, I just want to tell you, I applied it on Thursday. Used it on Thursday, and it still has that little brush.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So it has a little top, and you unscrew the top, and the brush is right there, and you just dip it in the chemical and spray it on spray it on. You apply it onto the wound or the stump.
And for the last few years, it always amazes me that how reasonably priced it was. Now it's gone up in price a bit. I don't know.
But a little dab will go a long way.
They last. That little container for, I don't remember what it is now, $14 or so. But it'll last for a long time. Lots of plants and effective. But you want to make sure that you cut, and then you don't go too far before you apply the triclopyr or the vine and stump killer right at that cut, and then you can expect it to be very, very effective. Silence. What about other tools?
Okay, other tools. I don't know. Oh, well, there's hoses. There's a couple of drip hoses selections. One for newly planted trees, which I really it's a circle. You put it underneath the tree before you start, or after you plant it. Before you plant it, underneath the root ball, because it looks a little narrow to put on top, but that was something that was kind of cool. And then you just put to the hose, and it is a drip hose around the base of the tree. And then they have other ones, similar little spray hoses. It's a little sprinkler types and things, but a lot of soaker hoses. And I mentioned soaker hoses because that's probably the number one piece of hose tool they want for a mature tree or a medium-sized tree, an adolescent tree if you want. You get the water at a slow, reduced rate that the ground can soak it up and use it for a very long time. And you're not wasting anything.
Milberger's has shovels there, too, and everybody kind of says, what is you buying a shovel for somebody for Father's Day? But, shovels don't last long here if they're wood, especially if they got wooden handles. That sun and heat, I guess, they deteriorate. Now, some of the shovels we have here have a metal and plastic structure so that they last much longer. But you now always like a regular spade. But then
I like a round point.
A lot of gardeners here and professionals here use those long. What do they call those long? Sharpshooters. I've worked with a few volunteer crews, and if they're gotten used to using the sharpshooters and they're skilled with them, they can really do a good job. Oh, yeah. But if you've never used a sharpshooter and you're trying to dig, they're not easy to dig with.
They're digging it. Rocky soil, probably good, or heavy clay. You can get it started. But I'm like you. I use a nice round point, good sturdy one. Now, if it's a little rocky or a little difficult soil, I may go back to my pickaxe, my talache, and start it up, and then go ahead and use the round point. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't necessarily care for the sharpshooter.
Yeah, it is.
But a lot of people swear by them.
That's right. So both of those varieties are available here for the Father's Day gift, and figure out which one suits your gardener the best, and then get them that. They will appreciate it, despite the fact it's not. I don't think it would rate as a romantic gift, but it is a practical gift and be much appreciated for sure. Mm-hmm. And the other we mentioned yesterday, I think, with gift certificates, for sure.
Yeah.
That's always a desirable gift because that lets the gardener pick their own. And if you're making your rounds to greet your grandpa or whoever else you're going to celebrate the Father's Day with, a gift certificate's pretty easy to carry with you and hand it out, and then they can get back to the shop when they have the time and pick the gift they want. Mm-hmm. And it allows them to pick the gift that fits into their plans for their landscape, too.
Yes.
Plants or the tools.
Plants or tools, and there's plenty of plants that we have on sale this weekend, including the Vitex, also the Texas Lilac. Values up to $34.99, on sale 30% off. We have the Mexican Heather or the Kufia in a number 1, regularly $9.99, on sale for $6.88. Lantanas on sale in a number 1, regularly $9.99, on sale $6.88. We also have Caladiums, regularly $8.99, on sale for $5.88.
And boy, they look good over there.
Oh, yes, they do.
Lots of foliage. Let's see, we use those as a shade, a foliage plant in the shade.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of color there. And I guess our other foliage plant over there is not on sale, is it?
Which is at the...
Mark, help me on the...
Which one?
The other foliage plant for the shade, the summer annual there. Next to the begonias.
We got some impatiens. We got coleus.
Coleus, that's what I was thinking of. The coleus, a good selection of coleus there too, but they're not on sale.
No, the coleus are not on sale.
But they and the begonias are in that same league with the caladiums in terms of providing color in the shade for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So take a look at all of those. Lots of begonias too. A lot of all the different colored flowers. I can see, 5 different flower colors from here, and quite often there's just as many foliage colors, but there are at least 3 or 4 foliage colors too. But begonias are a great addition to the landscape. They not only can tolerate the heat, they look fragile, but they're not. They let you know if they need water, and they're pretty drought tolerant, and they put up with surprisingly they put up with some cold in the wintertime too. A lot of them will survive. Part of it is that you're planting them in the sheltered area because they're in the shade, but the other part is that they can tolerate the cold much more than even caladiums and some of the other plants. Oh, sorry I interrupted you.
Oh, no, you're good. It's always good to hear about them. We also have citrus trees on sale starting at $49.99.
Did
we get a... Mark, can you remember what citrus trees are still available?
Okay, well, this was last week when I walked down the aisle. But we have improved Myers. We have Mexican lime.
Wait a minute now. Is this Myers the same as Alex's Mayors?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It says it's tomato. Yeah.
It's all depending on where you grew up.
No, we're not going to go there.
All right.
There's some satsumas and bloom sweet.
All right.
So and Rio Reds. So we had both there.
Bloom sweet is...
So, we had 3 or 4 different satsumas.
Yeah. And most of those plants that Mark has listed have pretty good cold tolerance, too. The bloom sweet is can be planted into the raised bed or into the garden directly. The satsumas. Now, the Meyer lemon and the Mexican lime, they do better if you put them in a container, and you can protect them with a tent structure if the cold weather comes, or even better if you can move them into a greenhouse or some other situation. But gosh, they're hard to beat for a plant for a backyard landscape here, and my surprised me. My Mexican limes are full of fruit, and So it won't be, let's say, well, it's only June, end of June now, so they'll start, I guess they'll start, of course you can use limes and lemons almost immediately.
Yeah.
Because you're looking for that tart taste anyway.
Yeah. I'm thinking Bastille Day would be an excellent date, July 14th.
Now, are you going to tell us what Bastille Day? Oh, July 4th.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the French or France's 4th of July. How about that?
Okay.
That's for you, so you can make you can make limeade or lemonade, or you can use them in mixed drinks.
If it's French, you want to make a key lime pie or something like that.
Yeah, they work great
more
in
Frenchy
recipes for sure.
Yes. So we also have bougainvilleas, all sizes, now 25% off. We have stepping stones. This is a 2 inches by 8 inches by 16 inches. They're regularly $2.99, on sale for $1.88 or $10 for $15. We have southern wax myrtle in a number 15, regularly $149.99, on sale for $105.99. Japanese boxwood in a number 3, regularly $24.99, on sale 2 for $40. We also have 2 viburnums for sale, the Sandanqua and the Sweets. And a number 3, regularly $24.99, on sale 2 for $40.
Yeah, the Sandanqua is a great plant. Grows up there to 10 feet tall, and tolerates the shade. What does better in the shade than it does in the sun, but it does fine in the sun. Blooms in the spring, evergreen, very attractive. The plants, the specimens here are very attractive, and grows fast. The deer don't eat it, and then it produces some berries. I think we mentioned it on one of the lists of the.
Yeah, I think on the side list of this week's article.
Now
you mentioned some other.
Yeah. Now the Sandanqua and the other in that species berry list, they don't last long in the spring. The birds eat those pretty quick. Mm-hmm. They don't have to go through a cold spell or anything. But that foliage is very attractive. Disciplined grower, fits into a landscape in the Central Texas and South Texas very well. So what do we got? We got two selections. You said
2 selections of the viburnums, both on sale.
Oh, I was just going to say, and a few weeks ago, I checked on the suite, and there were 2 selections on that as well. So there's
how large
sweets.
How do the sweets get?
Well,
in?
those. I looked at the sweet viburnum, and they're going to get about 4 to 6. And the selections were, if you remember, the old one was Spring Bouquet.
Yeah,
that's where they're about 3 to 4, and there was another one called Moonlight something, and that was about 3 to 4 as well. So I did not check this morning. I apologize, but they've had in the past even smaller versions of the suite.
And another characteristic that I don't think we mentioned yet, the deer don't eat them. Yeah, you can plant those out there on the boulevard if you need to, and if it's in the shade, and the deer pass them up. And it's surprising. I don't know if they have any of those characteristics, Mark, that what furry, fragrant,
the leaves tend to be a
greasy.
little stiff and furry underneath them, so slightly furry.
But the foliage is so attractive.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, those are on sale. Again, they're 2 for $40, regularly $24.99. And a lot more sales that we'll discuss when we get back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Give us a call at 210-308-8867. Or if you're walking around Milberger's right now, coming up to the patio, ask us some questions. We're going to be right back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. And if you're walking around Milberger's right now, come on up to the patio and just come say hi.
And we talked about vegetables. We talked about a lot of the plants that are on sale, and we'll probably talk more about that. But one of the other things is just a huge number of blooms out there. The zinnias, I don't believe they're on sale, but there's the Zahara there and the Dreamland. And I got some Dreamland a couple of weeks ago, and boy, the yellow and the red, spectacular. They look very good. Those Dreamland blooms are compact, large, and intense colors. I like to let them reseed even. They're a hybrid, but that usually that isn't always a desirable thing to let a hybrid reseed, but the parent plants, the flowers that come back, are nearly as attractive as the Dreamland proper. But the birds and the pollinators love them at least as good as they seem to be more potent in terms of the nectar than the Dreamland. But there's there, and then there's the profusion. Mark always helps me. I can never remember it. But there's that double profusion, that intense orange over there. There's a single profusion orange, and then there's the double. And boy, that's hard to beat, that color of that double, the intensity of it. And then the other ones we've talked about, the Angelonia out there with a lot of colors, 3 or 4 different colors.
Yeah. They are not very bright. I would say not effervescent, but there are many colors on there, and they're subtle, but they are very, very lovely in the landscape.
And as far as we know, the deer don't eat them.
We're during the break. We're discussing that,
them.
and we'll probably have to look at that. But as far as I know, they are deer resistant.
And they work in the landscape. And then another one that is pretty spectacular that we haven't talked about in a while is pentas. They're here. Colors are very intense. And use the penta as another one of the shade plants, but it's not a doesn't like 100% shade. It works best if you can give it a 1 to 2 hours of sunlight, and then followed by the rest of the growing day in the shade. And they seem to bloom much better when you do it that way. And in fact, I grow mine on both sides of the house, on the east side and the west side. So the east side of the house, they get a blast of morning sun, and then they get the shade, and they do very well. Then on the other side, they get a blast of afternoon sun, to a couple hours. And even with that much sun, they do well, and they bloom very intense. Nice colors, white, the red, pink, and a lavender color too. But they stay in bloom all the time, and they rate pretty high on that all-star list as far as like Gayata Ajilski's book on attracting butterflies to your garden. She lists them as one of those that are very attractive to the pollinators, and so you're not sacrificing anything. By most of the shade plants aren't as desirable to the pollinators as zinnias and mistflower and our porterweed that are full sun plants, but these guys, the pentas are. That'll give you, if you have a shady landscape and you still want to attract the butterflies and the hummingbirds, go ahead and try those pentas. I think you'll love them. And there are a lot of choices here. Very attractive, big plants, lots of blooms on them here at the landscape. Now, then of course, so over there, the vincas, Mark.
Yeah, I always love the whites and the reds, but there's some in between colors, some whites with pink.
Do you like that white with the pink better than the pure white?
No, I like pure white. So.
Yeah, they're very nice.
But some people like that, and then there's a pink, and I think there's a light pink and a dark pink.
I think they rate pretty high, maybe the highest flower in terms of the drought tolerance, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I've seen them growing just natively or naturally in the wild between cracks in the sidewalk.
And the other way they rate probably 100% is deer resistant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're pretty. We don't. You notice we don't, Alex, talk about don't get water over the top of them anymore.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was 10 years ago. We'd say, they're great. They're great if you plant them on July 15th and you don't spray any water, or they don't get any water on top of them, because they used to be susceptible to aerial phytophthora, which was a fungal disease. They were just amazing. They would just collapse. Really? But now with the introduction of this Cora selection and a number of other selections that are resistant to the aerial phytophthora, we can go ahead and plant them in April 1st, and they last till the Thanksgiving, usually, until the weather gets cold. So it's a new addition. Now, they're not on sale anymore, are they?
No, but we do have plenty of other things for sale.
Yeah, they're beautiful, though.
As we mentioned earlier, gardening hats, all of them are 10% off. Still good selection here. Double red and single red knockout and drift roses on sale. And a number 3, regularly $34.99, on sale for $24.88.
Just those are the only kind of roses that are on sale?
This week, yes. I know it's...
Yeah.
Just those two?
Yes.
Very nice. Drift roses have become very popular with landscape architects and landscape designers.
How are they used?
In flowing shrub beds, maybe in the front,
full sun,
or on the side.
Yeah.
Very popular. And, you brought up a good, interesting analogy a couple weeks ago. We were talking about them. Kind of like a Lady Banksia, but only more floriferous in the spring and fall. Lady Banks is you only get one good
for about 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah.
It's pretty. It's spectacular, but it's
this one you're gonna get maybe twice a year. Oh,
and
maybe you will get it twice a year.
And they're tough. Like Lady Banks is tough, and so are these.
So are the drift roses.
Yeah.
And of course, knockouts have been well known to be tough, except for the rosette virus, but we haven't ever had it down here.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. No, because
North Texas has had trouble with it, and our co-writer on the Express News, Neil Sperry, has talked quite a bit about the disease, but we've been lucky. Central Texas, South Texas, we have not put up with much of it. We occasionally see it. And what you want to do is you want to remove your plant if you get the disease. One of the best places to figure out if you have the disease, if you got a garish growth on your plant or bright red color on the foliage, Neil Sperry's handbook does a good job. It's got some photos of the disease in action, and also describes what action you should take to deal with that virus disease if it shows up on your landscape. You don't want it to linger. You have to get your infected plant out of there and in the garbage sack and off to the dump.
Yes, terminate with extreme prejudice.
We also have Texas Sage on sale, values to $169.99, now 15% off. We have Osmocote, $15,912 indoor and outdoor. It's 2 pounds, regularly $21.99, on sale $16.88. And we have Milberger's Premium Lawn and Garden Fertilizer, the 1959 mix, a 40-pound bag, which covers around 7,600 square feet, only $49.99.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that. There's an issue. The lawns are growing up a storm with all this rain.
Yes.
But as usually happens, it's a little later this year, but some of the San Augustine lawns are showing a fading. And the usual reason that the fading is showing is that the roots don't grow as fast as the tops do. So they have a little trouble getting enough iron into the plant. It's usually just a temporary problem. But one of the neat things about 1959 fertilizer is that it's got some iron in it. And that can help. If you haven't, I wouldn't expect that you'll see that deficit if you use 1959 because of that added iron, unless you applied it quite early. But you could go ahead and use Iron Plus too if you wanted to.
So that's what we used to do. We used to say middle of June, expect a little fading, a little light green blades for that reason that Calvin talked about. And we'd do recommend a little Iron Plus for that. Well, you could use a little bit of the 1959 for that as well, because it does have 12% sulfur and was it 9% iron?
I think so.
Something like that.
If you're patient, though, and you want to just wait a little while, you're usually, if the rains continue, the lawn will green up too. The root system will catch up to the top growth, and then you'll get the regular green that you expect.
The Milberger's Lawn and Garden Fertilizer, it's 4% iron.
4%.
And 12% sulfur.
Okay, that's pretty close on one, way off on the other.
We also have Coco Loco, 2 cubic feet, regularly $29.99, on sale $24.88.
What do you know about that, Alex? Anything?
Let's see. It's premium coconut core-based potting mix, designed for superior aeration and moisture retention.
Well, he has it right in front of him.
Yes.
Not that hard.
Yeah.
Does it say anything about its fertility or?
Let's see.
No,
Whether we use it in containers or just as
we use it in containers primarily.
Holds water, reduce watering frequency while preventing root rot.
So
it's showing.
If you can't get a hold, I like sphagnum because it's acidic. Now I don't know if the Coco Loco is as acidic. It's coconut coir. You see it often on construction sites in those long tubes that they put around drainage facilities to prevent erosion.
Gotcha, yes.
That's Coco Loco, or the wholesale version of it in those long tubes. So what it does is it holds the water just like sphagnum moss would in containers. So we use it primarily in containers. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know its nutritional value. I think it would be very minimal, if at all. So what would you do?
What would you do?
Well, I'm asking you. What would you do?
To find
wink,
out.
wink, not judge.
Probably add some of that Milberger's.
Well, or the one right preceding it,
yes.
Preceding it, the Osmocote.
Yes. Yeah. So mixing it would be a good idea.
Might be a good idea. Buy both, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All
right. Well, we still got a few other items, but we'll bring those up. We got one more break in our show, but definitely give us a call, 210-308-8867. We're going to be right back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
My old age.
Got about 15 minutes left in our show for today. Just a reminder, I want to thank everybody, wish everybody a happy Father's Day today, and give us a call at 210-308-8867. We still have a couple items for sale that we haven't mentioned. We have the dwarf field pond hollies in a number 3, regularly $24.99, on sale $16.88. We have crepe myrtles, which is what we thought we saw over there being purchased, regularly $44.99, now 25% off.
Well, we saw something during the break.
Yes.
Both Cal and I looked and we thought, wow, look at that. That's an interesting colored crepe myrtle. It was a bougainvillea. So,
which is also on sale.
Alex is all sizes.
25% off for bougainvilleas.
We're talking all sizes. This one was about 5 feet tall, bougainvillea. Shaped very nicely. Looked a little bit, it had some topiary work done on it. So, yeah, it looked fabulous.
Yeah. Let's remind everybody, we mentioned it at the beginning of the show, there's about 10 of the dwarf blue porterweed here, the plants. They look very nice, and it's a great pollinator plant. And then there's lots and lots of tropical milkweed in full bloom. Should be very welcomed by the queen butterflies, so they'll be laying their eggs.
How tall do the tropical milkweeds usually get?
Tall?
How tall do they?
It depends on the soil situation, access to water. They'll put up, if the soil is limited and the water's limited, they'll only maybe get 2 feet tall, but I've seen them 4 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
The ones we have here, they're definitely starting to
get
high.
These ones directly across from us are they're reaching their
almost
their
3.
maximum. But Calvin is correct. If they have deep soil and good water, then they're going to get a good 4 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
They also, the other thing that we need to mention every time is that if the queen butterflies find them or the monarchs find them, then they start eating the foliage, and that kind of limits the growth at this point. The leaves will come back quickly after the egg laying is done. But another thing I wanted to mention was we were talking about the new planting of tomatoes and about spider mites. If they've got spider mites, you want to not only get the plants with the spider mites on them into the garbage bag, you also want to get the weeds that are around the planting where you plant them, because the spider mites will survive on those weeds, and then they'll get on that new planting of tomatoes that you put in there. And another thing we haven't mentioned, Mark, but you can mention it before folks plant their new crop of tomato plants in the fall. Or not in the fall, they'll plant them in July or August. Mm-hmm. If you had any trouble with the root...
with the nematodes?
Nematodes. There are some selections. The way you combat the nematode damage, you recognize it if the roots get very flat and big and you don't get any production out of your tomato plants. They'll sometimes stay alive, but they won't produce much. But there's several varieties, and Milberger's always has those. Celebrity, Tycoon,
Valley Cat is one.
Valley Cat,
yeah,
absolutely.
Okay.
And there's one other I can't think of what it is right now, but that's what you do then is pick one of those varieties that's resistant to the root nematodes, and then you can go ahead and plant them in the same site. Almost impossible to get rid of the nematodes once they're in your soil, but they're the good news is there are varieties, and we'll talk more about that as we move into that tomato planting period again. But it won't be long.
Yeah. And Alex, in honor of Father's Day,
Yes.
see, the nematodes are a very knotty problem.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you can tell by there's knots on the roots. So,
Got it.
so you have to use
We'll
it.
see if we can't. It's kind of striking. We'll see if we can't get somebody that has root knot nematodes to bring in a plant or two.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it's pretty striking on the symptom. And then it's just amazing the fact that those varieties that we mentioned aren't affected by them. They go right through that infestation by the nematodes. All right, sorry.
No, you're great.
Okay.
We still have maybe a handful of items still or listed for sale. All metal trellis and metal art, all 25% off. We have red yuccas, regularly $24.99 for a number 3, on sale $19.88. Aztec grass in a number 1, regularly $8.99, on sale for $5.88. Agaves starting at $39.99, on sale 20% off.
Can we check with Mark? Mark, do you
Yes.
know if we still have that fern that shade?
So
tolerant
we actually had they moved some over to the far wall over there. So there's still some holly fern. Now they're not on the list, but we still have holly fern, and that is a great fern as a ground cover. If you have a big live oak and you can't grow anything, holly fern is a great plant to plant underneath.
Yeah, just
And it's
amazing.
nice texture, and then you can put some other plants on it, the loriope or the monkey grass or juga would look very nice with that.
Yeah, for a medium size, we want to cover a lot of territory in the shade. We do Turk's cap and shrimp plant, but that just struck me as being even more disciplined plant, and that would give us a lot more capacity to deal with a shady area and cover a lot of territory there. And yeah, I like that idea. I think that would look really nice with the juga, and even with actually the Asian jasmine. I think it would look good. So, another option in terms of if you've got a shady lawn and having trouble growing San Augustine grass or any of other grass varieties, and you're making the decision to go to the shade tolerant ground covers, you may want to look at that fern. That looks like a very successful replacement plant and shade tolerant.
All right.
Even though Alex doesn't have it on sale anymore.
No.
Yep, it's all my fault.
But what's else on sale?
Crepe myrtles.
Crepe myrtles.
Yes.
Ooh, wow.
And I put out my list because I knew it was next on his list. So go ahead.
Crepe myrtles, regularly $44.99, now 25% off.
So,
And
a few weekends ago, I asked the staff for a list, and they gave me 12. I counted at one time. 12 different crepe myrtles that were on sale then, and I'm sure this list is pretty close. They may have gotten some new ones in, but
Crepe myrtles are blooming up a storm.
they're
out there.
blooming up a storm, and that is why everybody loves them. Is right now they'll be blooming now until October, and so we have a coma, dynamite, a juga, a tuga, Tuscarora, Rora. That's one of our favorites. Ebony Flame, Royalty, Zuni, Red Rocket, and Black Diamond. Now, these are the newer ones. Like Dynamite and Red Rocket are red. And
Which one is it? Dynamite that has the red foliage too?
Yeah, that's they're the Black Diamond.
Black Diamond.
It's series, which are a selection out of the Red Rocket.
Yeah, I think one of my neighbors has a couple of those.
I'm not a big fan, but some people like them. Next one, Basham's Party Pink. Now, this is the really big one you see around town.
There's nothing subtle about that one.
No. It's a big one. And then another one, Pocoma and Muskegee. Excuse me. Now, these are 12 different, and they range in sizes and colors, and that's kind of the cool thing about crepe myrtles, that you can buy them 2 feet tall, and you can buy them 35 feet tall.
Yeah, you want to determine what would fit your garden situation the best, and then that's the selection you want to get. And the good news is you can usually pick the color you like, too, and there's enough variety there in the white, the red, and the pink to get not only the size that fits perfectly, so you don't have to do much pruning,
right?
But also the color that is your favorite color. Now, look, the thing about crepe myrtles too, the main stimulation of the bloom is new growth. Mm-hmm. So you do have to some fertilization, and sometimes even some watering will help stimulate that new growth. And sometimes even a little pruning, but doesn't really take much pruning usually.
Now, before the staff comes and hits me on the head, let me just rephrase what I said. You can buy them when their mature growth is 2 feet, and the mature growth is 35. I kind of implied that you can buy 35-foot crepe myrtles right now. No,
they're really hard to carry
they are really hard to carry in the back seat of a truck.
Volkswagen Beetle.
So these are, when they're mature, they can be those heights. But anyway. In fact, some of the older varieties I kind of like, but they are susceptible to powdery mildew. So if you've experienced powdery mildew on the crepe myrtles, then look for an Indian name.
Yeah, Indian tribe names.
Coma or Tuscarora. These are the ones that have been bred so that they are resistant to the disease.
Now we're almost running out of time, but remind us of that favorite plant right in front of us here that the butterfly, the hummingbird.
That's the pink skullcaps, which is on sale.
Oh, okay.
Regularly $9.99.
You didn't produce the correct.
Is it on the list?
It's just 40. See, he ran out of paper.
Yes.
And so I went, what? It's on sale.
It's on sale. Pink skullcaps in a number one. Regularly $9.99. On sale $6.88.
Now, is the purple one also on sale?
It's just the pinks.
Okay. So the skull cap comes in several different forms. Most common one is the pink skull cap. Very drought resistant. And then they have a purple flowered. And then they also have a heart-shaped one. So, and we've had all three of them here at one time or another. But
I see 3 selections there. Is that
Yeah, 3 right there. All right, we're inside a minute. We just want to thank everybody for listening, and happy Father's Day to everybody listening, and especially to the fathers here at Milberger's, especially right here.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, everybody. Alex Escobar, Dr. Calvin Finch, and Mark Peterson, thank you for listening. We'll be back live on Saturday here at Milberger's.
Live? Are you sure?
Yes, live as of right now. But thank you for listening to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Have a great week, and we will see you next Saturday.